welcome back to our garden. Today we're going to be working in the front, laying down the cardboard. But first, I think we need some scissors. And we need to feed the birds, so come on and help me. These straw flowers, they look dry, so let's take the time to put them in these glass jars so we can display them. They were still a little bit soft, so I think I'm going to put them back in the garage to dry some more because we don't want them to mold. Now the green stalk tears, they're looking really good. I just uncovered the fleece for the morning. The next 4 nights, it's not going to be below freezing, so I'm going to keep the fleece off. Now see the sun, it's about to peek around the corner. That's why we needed the scissors. Now my number 1 garden tip is to use cardboard. Spring, summer, fall, winter, doesn't matter what time of year, lay it down in the garden to block weeds and to retain moisture. That really is my number 1 tip. Now, if you saw a recent video, you know I lay down cardboard every year for, I think, the last 11 years. And everything under the cardboard, like the old plant matter, these are the old zinnias, weeds, like these dandelions, just leave them and cover them up. Even the old mulch. Here, let me find some. That's the wood mulch that I put down fresh last year. Just lay the cardboard on top of all of that, and over winter, everything's going to break down into new, rich soil. That's how you're going to feed your garden. Now, I'm going to start along this edge. We're not going to cover the very front because we have spring flowering bulbs in there, and we can't block those. So this line of straw flowers has helped me get to know where to start the cardboard. I'm going to leave those straw flowers in until the flowers are completely finished blooming. Yep, we're going to save that. Now here's some old tape. See all those little volunteer zinnias? I'm just going to leave them there. We're not going to bother to pull them up. We're just going to cover them with the cardboard. It's going to break it down and it's going to feed the soil. Worms love cardboard. My gardens are just chock full of worms. Now, you don't have to use big sheets of cardboard. all sizes have their benefit. I needed a smaller piece along the edge here. Look at those strawberries. See, I needed to scoot up right up into the edge. We can't cover these strawberries or they'll die because they need to grow back next year. This was just perfect right up against them. And you see, in November, we're still getting strawberries. And yeah, the nights have been below freezing, but here in the front, there's a warmer microclimate. Okay, guys, look along here. See all those staples? Now, we're fortunate that Dale can find big pieces of cardboard like this near our home downtown where all the shops are. But many big boxes have staples. I don't take the time to pull them out. You can if you want to, but I do make sure to put the staples face down, the pointy side down. Okay, look at this. This is an example of last year's cardboard. It's almost completely broken down. Here's some trash that I found too. Now let's discuss tape. I don't take the time to peel off the tape. I don't have the energy or the time for that. But if you're not comfortable leaving the tape, then go ahead. Feel free to do it. I see the benefit of using the cardboard with or without the tape. Of course, it's not going to break down, so I do find it in the garden. Every day I'm going to walk around the garden, I just pick up any tape I see and throw it away. Now this is better because this is some paper tape, but most of the tape on your boxes are going to be clear plastic like this. Now the big benefit of the cardboard is blocking the weeds. Now I have tried weed fabric, I just wasn't a fan. I found that my garden dried out easier. It actually developed big cracks. I much more prefer the cardboard. But any gaps in the cardboard, weeds are going to grow through them. So little pieces of cardboard like this are perfect for scooting under those gaps. It's going to help. I mean, of course, some weeds are always going to find their way through. See these gaps here? Now I've blocked them with a little piece of cardboard. Okay, I have this one little spot left, but I don't want to use another big sheet of cardboard because it's gonna, like this one, because it's going to create a double layer and it's just going to be too thick. I do want rain to soak through the cardboard down into that soil. And if I have double cardboard, it's just going to be too thick and the soil's going to stay dry. So let's find a little piece, and it'll be the last part of this front garden. Now, because I don't plan to mulch it today, I need something to hold it in place. And I'm going to use these landscape pins because the wind will take this cardboard and carry it away. See the landscape pins? We're just going to pound them in and it's going to hold the cardboard in place. Now, I used to use bricks, which you can use, but it was a lot of work and I just really don't have enough. Now see back here, I'm not going to put cardboard behind that trellis. That's a compost pile. Now I prefer to chop and drop my plants and mulch them in place, but some things are so big, or in the summer when I get so busy, I just toss the old plants back there and they're going to slowly break down. So I'm going to leave that open for the rain to soak through over winter and help break all that down. Now if you notice along this back edge it's popping up. I hammer it down and it pops back up, and that's going to be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because this wood mulch, it's heavy and it's going to weigh all of this down. I simply want to hold this in place overnight so the wind doesn't blow it away. See, that's gonna be fine. Now, if I was using leaves in the front, yeah, it would be a problem because the leaves wouldn't be heavy enough to hold it down. Or if I was gonna be walking back and forth here a lot, I might trip, but I don't plan to be walking back here. And since I'm using mulch that'll be heavy, it'll be fine. Okay, let's review. Now, our first video, we chopped and dropped our old plants and we just left it around the garden to break down. We took out all the support poles and equipment and stored those in the garage. Then today, we've laid down the cardboard. Nothing special to this cardboard, it's just what we collected on recycling day. And we held it all in place with some landscape pins. You can use bricks if you want, or nothing if you plan to put down your heavy mulch the same day. Now tomorrow we're going to come back and put down some bags of wood mulch that I've already bought. And the reason we're doing this is to block weeds and feed the soil. It's really my number one top tip on growing a very productive vegetable garden. Any time of year you can do this, but my favorite time to sheet mulch is in the fall, because over winter, the rain and the snow softens the cardboard. And by spring, it's easy to punch through and plant my transplants. I don't put soil or compost on top of the cardboard. My soil stays under the cardboard. Now, you'll see a lot of no-dig methods. I think especially British no-dig methods, they buy soil or compost and put it on top, but that gets expensive, and I can't afford that. So I plant directly in the soil through the cardboard. Now, it's going to be possible if you sheet mulch in the spring or summer to do this, but you're going to have to use a knife to cut through that fresh cardboard. Fall's the perfect time, though, for having soft cardboard to plant through in the spring. See, we got the mulch all ready to go. It's probably going to be more than we're going to need here in the front. Now let's go look for some strawberries. Ooh, let's pin that guy right over here. A lot of green strawberries and new blossoms, and even a few that are starting to turn color, but nothing's ready yet. Now, this is the area in the front we're not going to sheet mulch because it's full of our spring bulbs, daffodils and tulips. It is a beautiful fall day. The bees love these straw flowers. Tomorrow we're going to deadhead some of the ones that are going to seed, hopefully to get some new blossoms. We're going to cut off ones like that. So I don't know if you can tell, but along the side of the house, the sun's done. It only gets 2 hours of sunlight in the winter. That's a big reason I unstacked the planters, to take full advantage of the limited winter sun. I bet you're wondering what that was. That is the base for a small poultry waterer. Because for the last 4 years, I raised quail. Now, once we're done with the front garden, we'll get back to working on mulching the back garden with this humongous mountain of leaves. If you've noticed, most of the back garden's already been sheet mulched with cardboard. Now today, I don't have to worry about closing the door because the wind is going to do it for me. Remember, I don't want to walk in that garage and see the tail of a skunk because this summer it was sleeping in the garage. See, here's the area that we still need to sheet mulch with cardboard. And before I forget, let's go in the house and get the Thanksgiving flag. Every time I sit down here to talk with you guys, I notice behind me that I've forgotten to set up the flag for November. So come back next time and help us finish mulching the front garden. Thank you for visiting our garden. See you later. Bye-bye.